All right, Brian. So, being able to work with you the last few days or week or so, got to see you hit a decent amount of golf shots. You're hitting the ball really well, striking it consistently. One of the things that I see is maybe the equipment you have holding you back a little bit.
I'd agree.
These irons are, getting a little bit older, probably close to 10 years old. And looking in the shafts in them, it's a really heavy, stiff shaft, probably about 110 grams. Therefore, some of those shots you hit that come out a little bit lower and don't have quite have the spin on the greens, a lot of that is because of the technology you have in your irons. So I have another iron here. It has the Project X 95 gram stiff, so it's quite a bit lighter, even though it still is a stiff shaft, and it's a little bit newer model. So I think this is you're going to be pretty pleased to see this goes a little higher and spins a little bit. So why don't you give this a try?
You're absolutely right.
Good swing. Let's see another one. Turn that one over a little bit there. There you are. Good swing. All right, Brian. So something I noticed here is, looking through the bag, we do have your wedges are a little bit different setup-wise. There's a 60 degree, a 56, and a 52. It was something that I kind of noticed when we were out doing our playing lesson yesterday, and something I think could be beneficial for you is just to try to tighten that gap between your pitching wedge and your gap wedge. For you, that's between that like 115 to 125, because a full pitching wedge for you probably goes 135, 140. I was observing yesterday. So another thing to think about as these grooves are getting a little older and you're thinking about getting something new, I would recommend going with a 58 degree, a 54, and a 50 degree. Kind of helps narrow that gap between your gap wedge and your pitching wedge, and also just keeps it consistent. And I think it's something that could be helpful for you moving forward. Hey Alex, my name's Dustin.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. So we're gonna be out here kind of trying to work on your game. We're gonna do kind of a four lessons to kind of sharpen up your game in whatever ways you feel necessary. So I'm gonna start out by asking you a few questions about yourself and your golf game. So how long have you been playing the game, Alex?
I've been playing since I was about 11.
Okay.
Fully. I started when I was 8, but kind of on and off. I played in high school. And I play quite a bit now. So
okay, wonderful.
Been around golf quite a bit.
Absolutely. So what do you usually shoot when you go out and play 18 holes with your buddies?
Usually shooting around par.
Okay, around par. Very good. So we'd say that you're an advanced player.
I'd consider myself one of the better players out there.
Okay, yeah, I would too. So that being said, what are some areas that you want to see some improvement to kind of get you to that next level and keep you consistently dropping shots?
I think around the green, I tend to struggle a little bit,
okay.
Depending on where the distance and everything. And I kind of also want to be able to direct the ball in both directions.
Okay.
Be able to hit a draw or a cut on command or a fade on command, and kind of further my game there.
Absolutely, yeah. We'll try to focus around working on some short game principles, and then also we'll get you out on the driving range and kind of get you working the ball both ways. Because once you get out on the golf course, you're never really sure exactly what kind of shot you're going to hit. So
yes,
that can be pretty helpful. Well, all right, Alex. Well, since you said short game is something you'd like to work on, we're here in the short game area. Let's take some time to hit a couple chips and warm up here before we get into some. Alex, welcome back. Good to see you today.
good to see you too. Thanks for having me back.
Yeah, we got another beauty here. Thanks for coming over. We're in the short game area here at Khaki. After the first lesson, we working on chipping and short game, so we're going to try to build up on that, and we're going to move you back a little bit. We're going to be working on kind of mid-range and longer wedge shots. These are really the scoring areas where you can take advantage of par 5s and some of the easier holes on the golf course. So we're going to start to work with some of your distance control, and talk about a little bit about what clubs you're hitting from certain distances and why. So we'll jump into that, and we'll have you hit some wedge shots, and I'll just